Company, Community Care Fellowship, nor its affiliates and underwriters. Any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the content of this program should be directed to the host. This is a disclaimer. Awesome Radio Network, WECU, 1570 AM, 107.5 FM, WNOS, 1450 AM, and 102.3 FM.
Good morning, radio audience. This is the Mary Perkins Radio on social media, as well as all of the network of Awesome Radio. I have guests today, and we wanted to give you an update. I have 2 appointments, and I want to say to you, as residents of Pitt County and as the county commissioner, we appreciate all your kind gestures and holding your emotions. And I have understood that social services has received kindness from you as we all work through this. We didn't cause it. It's caused somewhere else, but we're trying to do the best we can to handle this. So this is Awesome Radio, the Mary Perkins-Williams show. I just happen to be a county commissioner for the Pitt County government. I have with me today, the ad said that Thomas Knight, the economic service person who supervises that arm of Social Service, Department of Social Services here in Pitt County. And we were supposed to have our director back with us again today. But there has been a lot of things happening with this as it goes, and Thomas will give you an update. Good morning, Thomas. Tell us who you are first, and then we can tell you about Mrs. Rochelle. You can tell us about Mrs. Rochelle.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Thomas Knight. I'm the Economic Services Program Administrator for Pitt County Department of Social Services. I'm here to represent the department. Miss Sharon Rochelle is not able to be with us today as she has another obligation in another meeting. She would have liked to have been here, but she has me here to represent on her behalf as well.
Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. And I know these meetings are very important. And as it was, I'm scheduled for a 9 o'clock meeting someplace else. But food is important. Food is important. And my signet is saying that we have Thomas, and he's here. But food is important, and we want you to remain calm about feeding your family. So Thomas is going to give you an update. We mentioned it at our last board meeting last Monday night. We appreciate, I still can't say how much we appreciate your cooperation, your kindness, and your working through all of this as we find ways to help you work through what you're facing in your families. So Thomas, give us an update that we talked about Monday night on the county commissioners, where our county manager explained. And so we're getting it from the horse's mouth today.
All right. It was decided by the USDA that contingency funds will be released to fund the Food and Nutrition Services Program, or SNAP. We are still waiting on additional details of what that looks like. The latest information that we received was that SNAP benefits will be issued at half the allotment that household normally receives. Now, we don't have all the specific information as it relates to that at this moment, but we're waiting on additional guidance ourselves from the state and federal government.
So now, if you are listening and you are expecting to get some feedback, this is 1570 on the AM dial, WECU, 107.5 on the FM dial. And we have Winterville as well, 1450 AM and 102.3 FM. Awesome Radio is growing, and we are growing beyond the boundaries of Pitt County. So I have another meeting, but I'm here because feeding our families is top notch. I'm supposed to be in a meeting for strategic plan, and I will be rushing out from this meeting right away. But if you have questions, And we have a top one for you, Thomas. Here's the number to call: 252 756 2008. Thomas will be happy to answer your questions. And it's good to have someone with that knowledge of social work and knowing what's happening as moments it comes through. And we're sorry that our director, Ms. Sharon Rochelle, could not be with us, but someone has to be live to get the information for the county as it relates to Sue. Now, there is a question that was submitted prior to this. The residents want to know the difference between SNAP, food stamps, EBT, and WIC. Now, I'll take the WIC because WIC is not through our social service department, Department of Social Services. WIC is through the health department, and we can have our director of health to come at some time. But right now, feeding the family is important, and we're stretching ourselves. And I'm certainly stretching mine this morning because I am scheduled to be in a meeting and was scheduled at 9 o'clock, but I'm coming as soon as we're on this. But we want to keep the people calm as it relates to feeding your family and your household. WIC stands for Women, Infant, and Children. It's an abbreviation for those letters, and it is handled by the Pitt County Health Department. So if you have questions on WIC, you need to call the Pitt County Health Department or listen to maybe I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get the health director here, because sometimes people think these are all in the same purview, but it is not. So Thomas is going to explain to you the difference between a SNAP and food stamp, EBT, and eating.
Yes, ma'am. So SNAP, otherwise known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, that's the federal abbreviation. Food and Nutrition Services, or food stamps, is what it is. That's on the state level. So as terms of for the state of North Carolina, Food and Nutrition Services is our SNAP program, but the federal abbreviation for the program is SNAP. EBT is the electronic benefits transfer. That's the benefit, how the benefits are issued. It goes on the EBT card. So the electronic benefits transfer is what's released to recipients in order to receive their benefits on a monthly basis.
So when you get your card, you manage your card once you get it. Now, I want to repeat what Mr. Knight has just said. The food stamps should be coming sometime. They do not know exactly when they will get to you. That's the way it is these days. And as soon as they know, the county will do the best they can to send out a news press from our media department and get the information to you. Just be patient, because we don't know as well as, but we want to keep you informed. So be mindful of whatever food you have. Don't waste it. Always learn to prepare your food in just the amount you need for your household so that you can stretch your nutrition for a little bit longer than you usually do. Food is not good to waste anyway. So don't forget, if you have a question, you can call in 252-756-2008, and we will answer this by saying you're live and on the air. So please be respectful of the media and this business for whatever you say on the air, because we are live. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And we've explained what the various abbreviation means. And Thomas, give us an update.
In terms of an update, I will say that we are still encouraging households to look at for different press releases and continue to follow our website for updates. We still have information regarding the different resources, which includes food pantries, the housing, and the 211, North Carolina 211 service. All of that information is still online on our website. So in the meantime, there are some resources out there on that website that might be helpful to households as well.
Food banks are being given out and distributed by the various churches at their regular routine that they've used in the past. Those services have not been cut. We're asking you to, because the food banks are receiving goods, and whatever it is, you're going to have to get the food bank information from your food bank contact. Is that right, Mr. Knight?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there, so we have foreload, like extended what was being planned as it relates to the food bank and the distribution when we did not think any food subsidies will be coming to Pitt County to help you feed your family. It's been furloughed, meaning extended a little bit until we get better knowledge and better information. Bear with us. We are trying to do the best we can. And when I said we, I'm talking about the administration, people in Pitt County, our government, and all of us are coming together to help you meet your immediate need. And this is why I'm here today, and the strategic planning meetings are taking place, and I have to leave and go to that as soon as this show is over. So if you have questions, please go on and call in so Mr. Knight can respond to them as best he can. We're all praying. We're all praying that God will see us through. And we trust and know that he will. Mr. Knight, you have any comments more?
I would just reiterate what you stated. If we can all just continue to be as patient as possible, but use the additional resources that's out there to assist. And if you have any questions regarding those resources or how to access our website, you can contact us directly. And I have some contact numbers for you for the audience to information that you would need. Those contact numbers are 252.
Go a little slow, Mr. Knight.
Okay. The contact, we got two contact numbers. That'll be 252-902-1110 or 252-902-1352. We will have somebody available to answer calls if you dial either one of those numbers.
Now, what should they do if when dialing those numbers, and what does the phone does if I called it, and what would I get if I wanted to talk, and does it come up busy? Does it roll me over to someone else? How do I know that I've actually reached the right place, but I just need to wait or find something? Can I leave a message?
Well, good question. So that is a rollover. Both of those extensions are rollover numbers. So there are several staff that's manning those lines. So if you don't get an answer on one line, it'll roll over to the next line. So we always have someone readily available to answer those calls. Now, I will say that we'll get an influx of calls. So if for some reason you don't reach someone right away, you can continue to call that numbers, and we will get to your call as soon as we can. Because, like I said, it's a rollover, so it may not, the first ring or the first time around, you may not get someone, but eventually it'll connect to someone.
Now, the staff is waiting. Be patient. And technology can mess up. You know that, and so do I. So we're going to be patient with our staff, and if you happen to go into the office, we're asking you to be on your best behavior. Don't let your emotions overtake your brain. Think how you would be if you were on the other side. And I appreciate all your kindness, because Mr. Knight has said that there has been very great cooperation from those who've been into social services. And he said they have been very responsive and very polite and very kind. That's what it takes. Because when you get excited, you excite the person who's trying to help you. So we appreciate you as the residents of trying to go along with us as we work through this new time, new day, and new problem. That's the way it is in life. Uh, Let me answer this question to you. The children are fed through the food. Is that a program that they get at the schools? Is it through any one of these programs that we're talking about today?
Um, I'm not familiar of
How the food go
how
in?
that is distributed, but there is a program that helps assist with feeding the children or certain households. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And that's while you're in school. So everyone in Pitt County government is working together to make sure that no one goes hungry. No one goes hungry. Just be patient, make the contact, and that 211 number is a social service number, and it can be used just like you would use that 911, but 911 is when you are in a life-threatening situation. So you can use the social service number as 211. Those are two numbers that can help you and in time of distress. 911 and the social service number when you can wait to get someone to have you. Leave a message. Be sure to talk slow and leave your phone number and your household so that someone can respond to you. Now, I know I've already been shared information about when you call social services, it always, you get a number that's saying, this is social service, you may leave a message and we will get back with you within 5 days. Now, there are 14,000 households that receive food and nutrition services in Pitt County, and that's 14,000 plus households. Because as people lose their jobs and things happen, the numbers change. And that household is one place, but the number of people in the household is another. So we're going to be patient. We're going to leave a message. And there's no wrong in calling and leaving more than one. But let's be understanding with that. Anything else, Mr. Knight?
Well, I will just reiterate what you just said again. If for some reason you're not able to get someone and you need to leave a message, um, just be patient with us. We do try to return calls in a timely manner, but at this time we may be getting a little bit more calls than normal. So your call is not being neglected. Every call does matter, but we're trying to get to everyone in a timely manner. And our goal is to return calls within a 24-hour time frame. Now, sometimes that may not happen, but we do our best to meet that goal.
Here's the understanding as a member of the Board of Social Services representing the Pitt County government as the liaison person from Pitt County government to social services. Here's the thing. If you call and you don't get a return call back again. Because here's the thing. Social services, once information come down through the channel, they have to meet so that all of the social service counselors can say the same thing and share with you good and truthful information as a response to your household. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I'm saying that they must have meetings as well as respond to you. So that message may say within 5 days, but you just heard what he said. They try to return calls within 24 hours. Now, if have 14,000 households, how many staff members? Do you know how many staff members is at the service end of Pitt County Department of Social Service?
Now you're referring to the food and nutrition services
Yes.
workers.
Yeah.
So right now we have about 25 workers in our division that focuses on food
Food
and
stamp.
nutrition services.
Now, if there are other needs, those needs are still functioning as normal. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. At this time, we are trying our best to function as as normal. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I saw that smile come on your face. Well, but we're not laughing at you. We're not laughing about you. They're doing the best they can. And we, as the Board of Social Service and the Pitt County government, have not terminated any position in the program. The SNAP personnel are basically handled through federal government, correct? And we didn't let any go, correct?
No, and I will say that in terms of the workers that process SNAP or food and nutrition services, they are continuing to process the applications and recertifications as normal. The the difference is the benefits are not being
Distribute.
released or distributed at this time, and that's what we, as well as our recipients, are waiting on the guidance as to when that will happen.
Thank you so much. If you're listening to this broadcast through Awesome Radio, 107.5 on the FM dial, 1570 on the AM dial, 1450 in Winterville, 102.3 FM here in Pitt County. There are other sites throughout and around about Pitt County that Awesome is greatly providing you services through. 252 756 2008. You can call and ask Mr. Knight your question. He will respond to you as best he can. And if it's something that he would look up, I see papers over there in front of him, so he can write your, he can have you give you a number that you can call him, and he can get back with you. How about if we do it like that? If they call and ask the question, you can give them a number that'll come directly to you for that question.
Yes, ma'am. That sounds
Okay,
fine.
that's
Yes, ma'am.
okay. But now look, he is overseeing. He does financial services. So he's only one person. He may have an assistant and there's some managers under him. So let's don't overpower the phone, but just be patient with us. Now, that's about anything else you want to go about what's happening with SNAP right now.
I think we've covered most of the information that I wanted to discuss, but I am, like you said, open for questions or any comments based off of those
Has the
questions.
number risen since this last time the this problem has occurred?
Are you referring to the number of the recipients?
Yes, yes, of
well,
concerns.
that, as far as actively receiving, is that what you're asking?
Sort of.
Okay,
I don't
so
know what I'm asking.
So, in terms of our recipients, we still have about 14,000 households that's receiving, which is equivalent to around 30,000 participants. That is how the households, the total number of the households off of those 14,000 cases. I mean, total number of participants based off of those 14,000 cases.
I was going from precinct to precinct yesterday as the voting was going on, as I normally do, and I'm not on the ballot for this. I was not on the ballot for this election, so I usually put water in my car, on ice, and snacks and chips, and I go around, and I was doing it yesterday. I met a young man, very talented, who sang to me. And he says, I said, so where do you live? Which is a normal question that I ask people when I meet them for the first time. And he said, ma'am, I live as best that I can. I'm homeless. I said, you're homeless? How do you eat? He said, well, I have some snacks, and then people were kind enough. I said, so how would the county get you additional assistance if you have, he said, I do have an address from one of the residents who have given me permission because they know where I usually bunk. I'm going to call it bunking,
Yes,
That's a place where they sleep at night. And he did share that with me, and I won't repeat it over the air. But I want to say that we have all kinds of residents who have needs. Some have been able to make it, and some have not. And I try to do the best that I can. I'm an emotional human being, and I do have a loud mouth, and I try to do the best I can to make sure all the information I share with you is straightforward and honest. Today, we are talking about food stamp. We are being aired on Facebook and other social media, and we are live on these. Facebook, as you know, is a social media, and anyone may be in a position to place things on Facebook. We ask that you be kind in your expressions and be dignified in how you express what you're coming. And questions and comments, you can write them in the comment section, and either Mr. Knight, Thomas Knight from the Services of Social Services, and myself will provide you with an address for them. We can do the best that we can. This is a new one for us because this show has not normally been on Facebook, but the owner of Awesome Radio thought under these times it would be good to have it on all of her social media outlets and run it from time to time. So Mr. Knight was here last week on Wednesday, and they promised to come back to give a further update. Half of your food stamps or half of your supplemental nutrition that is due to come to your household. Did I do it right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Knight. Half mean half. Let's see. If you are expecting or you have been approved to receive $300 per month, is that how it may go as an example?
That is an example, and I don't know that to be exactly correct, but the guidance was that it would be half the allotment.
Half. So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
means on your card, when it is released, when the government decide to release it, that will be 150. So you will only get half of it. Is that right, Mr. Knight?
That's my
Straighten me out.
that's my understanding. Now the calculations could be off. I can't say that specifically, but the
Good example.
guidance was half of the allotment. Yes, ma'am. That is
Half
correct.
of the allotment.
Yes, ma'am.
So you know what your allotment is. Only you and social services know. So if you know math, it's called divide two, one half into your allotment. Then you can about almost estimate how much money that should appear on your food stamp card or EBT card. Am I in the right field?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you want to correct me and straighten me out because I don't work in social service. I work in Mary Perkins-Williams mouthpiece. So maybe you want to correct me on that.
Well, what you stated was accurate. Like I said, the guidance that we received from the state and that came from the federal government was that half of the allotment for households will be issued to the benefit card. Now, the time frame of when that's going to happen, as you stated, we don't know yet. We're still waiting for additional guidance. And the state has really done a good job communicating. As they receive the information, they're sharing it with the counties. But we are hopefully expecting for this to be resolved soon. I don't know if that is when or if that's going to happen, But that's our goal is for us to get through this, get it resolved, and things will get back to normal. But like I said, I just don't know when that will happen.
Well, this is where we are today, and this show is halfway into the session. Uh, Here's what I would like for you to do. The information that you received last Wednesday and the information that you've received today, share it with someone who may not have had the opportunity to hear it. People are still working. And if they're still working, they need to be mindful of maintaining their job and doing what they need so that the family will not suffer additional hardship. That's a common sense way that I can tell you. When I first became a county commissioner, I used to say to the residents, find a sunny spot in your yard. Buy you a plant from one of these places that sell vegetables and plant that plant within the sunny spot. Clean it out. Get your whole shovel. Put it down. I have something still growing in my yard. And we can do what we can to take care of the food insecurities and help ourselves as well. Every plant that we grow, we increase our monetary value because that's something we will not have to buy because it's growing on the sunny side of our homes. So that's the way it is. And Mr. Knight, what are some of the things, stress that you can do with this? We're going to finish this, and I'd like to thank social service, their employees, their patience with the counselors, and the people who are answering their phone, and those residents who are waiting patiently and doing what they can to help the situation. We have very dignified people in Pitt County, and we have very spiritual-minded folks here in Pitt County. And I just trust that we will continue to do the right thing during these crucial times of what is happening here in Pitt County. Anything else you have?
Well,
Oh, you got a stack of papers over there.
I will add that we are still continuing our conversations with the local community partners, still having conversations, centered around the food stamp program to see what other, just to put our minds together with the resources that's out here so they can be shared appropriately with the citizens and recipients of Pitt County.
We want to thank our partners. Maybe you can read that.
Yes, so in terms of the partners, and this is located on our website as well. We are having if you go to the Pitt County, Pitt County is www.pittcounty.
You go fast when you talk.
So www.pittcountync.gov. You can go to that website and you can see additional information such as information about Feeding Our Families Coalition, and it talks about the partnerships that we are having with the local faith-based and community organizations. You can find that information on our website. It gives you opportunity to volunteer to assist if you're in the position to volunteer, as well as it talks about exploring options to give and donate to this cause. All of that information can be located on that website. As I stated, we are in contact with the community partners on a regular basis in the last 3 weeks, just to put our heads together about different resources and things that can be shared.
Well, we're here trying to keep you calm, share information, new updates as we get it. And hopefully we will get through this and be able to meet the needs of those households who have needs. The interfaith community, and as far as the food boxes that are out being distributed, they are continuing on their schedule of keeping them distributed. There may not be as much in them as before because now we have to spread the food a little bit further. So the boxes may not be as full as the ones that you're used to, but people are contributing and we are building the nest to be of service to those people in the county who have a need for food. Um, some people are coming in new, and as they come new, they don't know exactly what to do. Let's be courteous. Let's embrace our brothers and sisters and do what we can and say, this is Pitt County. You can find basically whatever you need. Just ask someone, do you live here? How long have you been here? Then can you direct me to? And then you'll be surprised at the southern hospitality that exists right here in Pitt County. Southern hospitality. Most of our resident comes from surrounding areas as well. Mr. Knight is from Edgecombe County,
Yes, ma'am.
right up the creek, and the county that bumps us on the west side of us. And then we have Greene County, and then we have Lenoir County. We have Craven County. We have Martin and Beaufort County. These are all of the surrounding counties for Pitt County. And we do work together. We do our best to make the needs. This, what we do, some are paid and some are volunteered, just like I am. So I tell people out there, wait a minute now, don't come and yelling at me. I am your slave laborer. I don't get paid for this. I just give the service because that's the good in me. This is what my parents taught me, and this is what I try to do. Now, I'm human. I can make mistakes. I just strive hard not to. So as you hear Awesome Radio and the Mary Perkins-Williams show, we try to do the best we can, and I bring guests who work in these positions and can share with you what you may need to know. And we are thanking you for listening to us and thanking you for your patience and thanking you for all you do to make this work for us here in Pitt County as we do the best we can to serve you. There are things that we can share. I did not bring my announcements, and I left my calendar in the car because I got to get in my car and scoot to my meeting. But talking about feeding the family is an important issue today. And for today, at the top of this list, I felt like you would need this service and you're waiting to hear it. So I'm grateful to Mr. Thomas and our directors, Sharon Rochelle, for sharing with us updated information as it comes. And if the need come and you have a lot of information that's new to come down or some kind of changes, you have my number, Mr. Knight and Ms. Rochelle. Give me a call and we'll see if we can bump our scheduling for this show. But I'm going to call the health director and see if we can, I think he's been here, but I don't remember now because I don't have that notebook. But we try to have programs for you, our listeners, that can keep you calm and help you have an improved quality of life, an improved quality of life. And we want to thank you for being patient with us today. And the number to call is 252-756-2008. And I know that you said you listened, and I know that you are happy to get this information. And Awesome Radio is delighted to share it with you. This is the way we do here. And the website for Pitt County is?
That'll be www.
Oh my, we got a different tone.
PittCountyNC.gov.
See, that was so clear, very distinct. And we have a caller. You're live and on the air, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Kiva. I would just like to comment on your guest, particularly the Honorable, oh my God,
Mary Perkins-Williams,
Mary Perkins. Yes, thank you.
the county commissioner.
Very informative information, and the gentleman shared some very informative information. I really enjoyed listening, and so I just want to call and thank you guys for sharing that information.
So you found it quite helpful.
It was very helpful.
Thank you. Thank you. Share it with your friends
Thank you.
and neighbors. Thank you so much for
Thank you, sir.
calling in. Because when we do this, we don't know how it is on the other end. I get a lot of responses.
It was very informative, crystal clear. The broadcast was something to be highlighted.
Okay, before, do you have anything else to say before we can disconnect?
I would encourage everyone to go to the various media outlets to look at the rebroadcast of the show when they get a chance. If they haven't heard the live version, it's online at the various Awesome Radio social media sites. So I would encourage everybody to go take a look.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate that. We're all in
Thank you
this.
very much. Thank you to you guests.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We're all
You're
in
welcome.
this together, and I like embracing the various sources so that we can all get it right. And I like having the person who actually works in it so that I won't get it wrong because I do a lot of things and it's very multi complex and multiplex, if that's such a word. But I still use my strength to do the best that I can. And that's what we all should do. Some can and some cannot, and some don't have the opportunity to do that. But these are praying times and things, it doesn't take much to shuffle our way. It doesn't take much to change our route, but we must learn to adjust as the top human being on this earth, man, an animal called man, who can do a lot of things and has done too much because environmentally we have caused some destruction within God's space in this place that we call earth. We love you. We thank you for tuning in, and we are near the end of the show, and we have a good 16 minutes. So if you have a question and you want to call it now, Mr. Knight will not be back until we can get more information or better. Or if there is a need for more information, then he is going to contact Miss Akila, who's owner of this radio station, and the staff here at Awesome, or myself. And we can see what we can do to get the new information out. And we were so sorry that Miss Rochelle had a call meeting. Our meetings come from all over any place through Zoom. Zoom. I don't take that much to Zoom because I like looking at the people face to face. But technology now, I can see myself talking. I can see myself talking. You looking at yourself too, Mr. Knight. See, and I like to find something to make. You know what a smile can do for you? A smile can make you feel so much better. A smile can do a lot. And then when you look at yourself and you see your mouth and you you don't get a chance to do this as often. See,
Not really.
and just think when you're sharing your information, you're looking at people, but then you don't get too much opportunity to see yourself talking back to you. But that's the way it is. So I'm having a little fun. I like to enjoy myself no matter what I do, as well as be helpful. Mr. Knight, how do you feel?
Um, Feeling encouraged. I will say we as a agency we're encouraged while also being concerned. We're encouraged just to know that we did get that guidance about releasing some of the funds.
Wasn't that a good thing to come down?
Yes, because it was very cloudy last week. We didn't
It
know what the
was.
status was, so at least having some guidance is better than not having any at all.
I'd like to thank the members of the Pitt County Board of Social Services. I'd like to thank you for your patience and uh, in handling all of this and supporting the staff and the citizens of Pitt County. I'd like to thank the Interfaith Clergy organization led by Mr. Chu, is that right? Isn't his name is Chu?
Yeah, Pastor Shu.
Pastor Shu, and the church that he belongs to that he pastors is over off of 14th Street.
Yes.
Very good congregation. I'd like to thank the United Way and its staff, and that's Mr. Dwayne, for assisting with this effort. See, we come together as a community, we can make it happen. When we come together with love, God's love, we can make it happen. There is nothing too great for God. He controls it all. And with faith, hope, and love, we can do many things. And this is what's happening right now. We don't understand why. Somewhere, sometime, people just don't get it right. But then we're going to do all we can to help you work through what is wrong. And to not be able to feed your food, feed your family, the meals that you're accustomed to doing is not correct. Because the United States is supposed to be one of the richest countries in the world. And we shouldn't be having this problem. But then too, we're not always doing what we need to do to stretch and spread what we have to share. We sometimes let greed and hatred get in the way. But we're learning now through this that we can make it work. We get emotional when it happens, but we can make it work. And just don't know how, and that's what gets me on a tizzy. That I can't come up with something right quick and think of something to make it going. And then I have to think about the people as to what I know they may do. And because when we had COVID, I got fussed out a many a times. And it wasn't good fussing words. It was the ugly fussing words. And I sat there and I just smiled. And they said, "What you smiling at? What you laughing at?" I said, "I'm just waiting till you cool down. When you cool down, then maybe my brain will work. 'Cause right now I'm here." I'm hearing all of this, and it's knocking my brains from thinking. So, this is why I say, let's be patient. Let's be good brothers and sisters to one another. Now, Ms. Knight, what can you say about social services? What kind of agency it is, and how would you like for people to view social services? And where is the nutrition and food building located?
Okay.
Because we are under two different structures, right?
That's correct. Where we're located at 203 Government Circle, that's in Greenville, North Carolina, and I've heard it being called as north of the river or across the river. So that's where we're located at. We're right next to the health department. Now, we do.
That's called government complex. That's what the county commissioner and the manager has named it, the government complex over there. Because you got the sheriff office, you got, what else?
Well, you got the health
Board
department,
of
sheriff
Election,
department.
health department, yeah. So, and we are looking at the empty spaces to put it up with buildings because we are located currently at, the administration for Pitt County is at 1717 West 5th Street. That's where we are right now. And hopefully one day we will get enough money to build a new building because it's crumbling and falling and doing everything. Don't you laugh about that. So that's where we are. Thank you so much. This has been a good time talking with you, citizens. And it has been so kind to have you as good people with love in your heart. And we appreciate. And you tell me sometime why you don't call is because you want to hear what we're going to be saying. But if there's a need that you have and you're afraid to call, we won't know if you don't call and share it with us. So Mr. Knight will give you those numbers again, very slow, so you don't have to be airing your question and your information. You will be talking to a live person if they have to call back or if you call and get lucky enough to get answered right away.
Okay. The numbers to contact for inquiries is 252-902-1110, or you can call 252-902-1352, and we'll be glad to assist you.
What kind of emergencies do you handle?
Well, in our division, we currently we handle the food stamp are you referring to the food stamp program
I just like to know,
in general?
so people in general, what kind of emergencies why would I go if I have some kind of urgent need?
Okay. Well, the services that we provide are related to food and nutrition services, Medicaid, what we call work first family assistance, and there are additional programs in our building that's outside of my division, and
Share 'em.
such as child support. We have the emergency assistance program.
What kind of emergency?
Where emergency assistance is something, it's a service that can assist with your utility bill if you're in need of that type of assistance. Now, there are guidelines attached to that programs that I'm not 100% familiar with, but that is a program that we
But that
offer.
money has already gone out if you have had it in the past, is that correct?
And yes, that's the low income energy assistance program. That's the LEAP program. Those
LEAP,
funds-
that's what y'all call LAP and everything else, but it's LEAP, Low Energy Assistance.
Yes. And there are, and I think those are the general programs that we offer. Like I said, the food stamps, Medicaid, workforce family assistance.
2
And-
minutes and 55 seconds remaining. And at this brief time, I've asked him to share some of the services or other programs that you have need for household.
I think I pretty much covered all the programs, and like I said, the crisis program, that's the program that's,
Do
that
you
can
have
assist
rent
with utility-
assistance?
And rental assistance, yeah, that's. the lo-
Because nowadays they're cutting some of these programs out. Because I was told that one of the facilities here in Pitt County was a federal facility, and they answered the phone and was told you need to vacate the building immediately. Unplug your telephone, go home. You're on furlough to the next time we call.
Sorry to hear that.
So that means that they have to go into their savings and do everything else to make sure that it happens. So you never know what kind of program you need. So can you think of another one?
I think I covered most of them, for immediate needs, food and nutrition services, the crisis, which includes rent and utilities. Those are the more geared toward emergency services.
Now, if you are a senior and you have a need and you cannot get in and up and down steps and stairs, you can call the Council of the Aging right here in Pitt County. That's a service that you can have. Now, if you are a young child and you don't have family here and you came here on your own running away from home, even though it was a bad decision, you can call social services and they will find some way of telling you how to get to them, that they can help you. There are children programs at social service, and there are other programs like, what's that? Domestic against violence and
Child protective services.
child protective services. If you need protection, Social service has a lot of numbers that they can give you to call. And that just came up because I'm trying to finish talking until we get off in 36 seconds. This is the Mary Perkins Williams Show. I am Mary Perkins Williams, just happen to be one of the commissioners out of 9. And having with me today is the Department of Social Services right here in Pitt County, Mr. Knight. Want to say goodbye?
Yes, I would just encourage everyone to watch the website and the press releases for additional information and contact those numbers that was given as well if you have any additional questions.
Thank you so much. And Mary Perkins Williams, we'll see you next week at 10.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the hosts, any guests, and speakers, and do